Life of the Balance is how we distinguish ourselves from the other two divisions.
I first heard about the strategic positioning platform in 2005, and at that time, I thought, what a great idea.
Presidents and chancellors from Division II institutions were talking about what was happening with Division II. Was it a lack of identity, or was it a lack of the appropriate values, initiatives, priorities, just what was going on? Out of that initial summit emerged a consensus that we needed to identify and define who we were and what we were about.
This was an opportunity to serve the interests of students at a much greater level than we had before.
Our basic goals of how we want our students to develop and mature and the kinds of experiences we think that are valuable for them were really reflected in what the strategic positioning platform of Division II encourages.
It's united our membership. Despite wide variances in size or type of institution or academic emphasis, it's allowed everybody to get behind one thing.
This strategic positioning platform has really brought the division together and now is sending us in one positive direction.
This is my 14th year in Division II, and our platform has been one of the best things that have ever happened to Division II. We've defined who we are.
It allows us to say, okay, these are the guiding principles by which we want to operate.
The strategic platform has shown us a way. You know, it's given us a purpose. You know, that's showing our passion on the field, showing it in the classroom.
It really took us by storm, and it was just like, all of a sudden, you know, we had our own logo, we had our own identity.
I see it in our student athletes who really sort of swell their chests up and are really proud of who they are and what they do. The platform is a very active part of how I describe not just our athletic program, but our commitment to them as students and what they can expect from our college.
When I meet with our prospective student athletes, the parents of our prospective student athletes, our leaders in the community, I talk about our student athlete experience at Division II, about being really, truly life in the balance.
The administration and the presidents have done a good job saying there will be balance. You can have your 3 hours a day, but after that, they're mine, or they're the faculty members, or they're the cafeteria workers, and that's where they need to go, and that's where they need to be.
We have to make sure that every student athlete has a broad experience in terms of academic opportunity, career opportunity, commitment to the community, understanding who they are, growing up, and being good competitors athletics.
I think that's why I love Division II so much, is because I'm able to train and compete, and I'm able to do well in my classroom. I'm a double major.
We're like the three-dimensional student athlete because we can give you the athletics, we can give you the academics, and also the extracurricular activities.
My freshman and sophomore year, I got to coach my high school volleyball team. I was able to balance a job, non-championship season practice, and my academics.
The coaches have really kind of figured this out in Division II, is that oftentimes success, it's transferable skills. So the reason why people are successful in the classroom oftentimes are the same reasons that they're successful on the athletic floor.
I want our student athletes to be involved in student government. I want our student athletes to participate in the music programs that we have on campus, in the theater programs, in the student organizations such as Students in Free Enterprise. That, to me, is life in the balance. It's not just academics and athletics.
We're the total package, the total athlete.
Many of our student athletes are leaders on campus. They take the initiative for community engagement projects.
That resonates very well with people, that whole total development. We've all heard the cliche that most of the learning, occurs outside of the classroom. Well, that's the social aspect. That's the social responsibility aspect.
The balance part comes in when you ask them to serve the community. Our president, I think that he is a very good example. He's very involved in the community. Any kind of community engagement that we do, he's there, he takes part.
As a student athlete, I mean, that's the best thing to hear, knowing that your president is behind you.
Athletics isn't going to be in my life forever. I just want to make a difference in a sense, so this is where the Make-A-Wish and the community service, like community engagement aspect comes into it.
It's a two-way street. when they come out to support us, that we in return go out and help them as well. And I feel like a lot of that started with the community engagement initiative.
One of the great things about Division II is your proximity to the action. You're right there. You're not going to be in nosebleed seats. Conversely, you hear a lot more and you see a lot more. And so we have a responsibility to our fans, not only to put on a good product on the floor, but one that a mom and dad feel good about with their son or daughter with them, that they're not going to see anything or hear anything that it's inappropriate.
We want our community to engage with student life and campus life. And when they come to one of our home football games and we have a lot of students there cheering for their fellow students, that has a real positive impact, I think, on the surrounding community that supports us. And it brings us together.
It is a balanced program of academics, athletics, and community outreach.
One of the things that we really stress on our campus, and it comes directly from the platform, is using athletics to cultivate a path to graduation.
Over the past 5 years, we've been extremely successful in competition on the playing field. But at the same time, we've been extremely successful in enhancing the GPA and success rate, graduation rate of our students.
25% of our student athletes receive no athletics aid at all. So those students are coming into our campus, and then, it's contributing to the overall financial picture of our institution.
I think our student athletes really appreciate the opportunity more with the partial scholarship. Some have to have part-time jobs. Others rely on their families.
The partial scholarship model actually allows a lot more students to participate in athletics as scholarship athletes. But it says to the students, you're partially an athlete, you're partially a scholar.
It allows students who would not otherwise have an opportunity to go to college to do so.
Spirit of Division II, it's students first and student success first. I'm always reminded that Miles Brand used to say that we're an educational association, not a sports association. And I think we really took that to heart at Division II.
There's a unique bond amongst those of us in Division II because we know what we've got. We're able to enjoy each other's company. We're able to be collegial off the fields of play and have true sportsmanship, and yet get on those fields of play and try like crazy to beat each other.
I believe that we have an opportunity to create in Division II a vision that the Knight Commission has been talking about for a long time, about the appropriate role of intercollegiate athletics, and that Division II, quite frankly, is setting the mark, the standard that I think all of the NCAA will move forward with in the future.
Life in the balance gives students the flexibility to make choices, the flexibility to choose what to do with their time, the flexibility to choose what to experience, the flexibility to choose how they want to grow and mature. Don't assume that our work is done. It was a spark and then a slow fire, and now it's igniting. And I really think it is across a lot of our campuses. And really, it's just one person at a time. That's the way that anything gets done. What we're really trying to develop is a values-oriented student, someone who has leadership skills that believes in giving back to the community. And that doesn't stop and start at the door of a classroom.
The idea is that every student athlete should have as full a possible life experience while an undergraduate as we can afford.
My name is Brittany Roldan.
I'm Stephen Jordan.
I'm Abby Gerhart.
I'm the president of the University of Indianapolis.
Tom Shirley, Director of Athletics, Philadelphia University.
Volleyball student athlete.
And I chose Division II.
I'm a football student athlete.
Baseball student athlete.
President, West Texas A&M University.
Majoring in English.
And I chose
Division II.
And I chose.
And I chose.
I chose.
Division II.
I chose D2.
Division II.